Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great evening as we get ready to go into the weekend. So, Elon Musk, Twitter X, or the company formerly known as Twitter X, has maintained multiple U.S. states to process or licenses and multiple U.S. states to process payments, um, and that includes crypto. Musk's social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, has obtained money or currency transmitter licenses in 7 U.S. states, including Maryland, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island. All right. So, some people are looking at this as a great way to introduce the masses of people to cryptocurrency, implementing one of the biggest social media platforms in the world into cryptocurrency, and thus now this becomes a normal way of life for uh, having this ultimate integration of your social media activities with your financial services industries and such. So the title of the video is saying Twitter aims to be like Bitcoin MYK, right? Through this process, right? So let's talk a little bit about that today in this video and shed some light on exactly what that means, what it may potentially mean for crypto users um, as well, right? So Musk has said that he plans for X to expand beyond social media posts, becoming an everything app, and the money transmitter licenses obtained since June from Arizona, Maryland, Georgia, Michigan, Missouri, and New Hampshire indicate the tech billionaire may have plans to support payment processing nationwide, similar to Venmo or PayPal, company he actually co-founded. Right, a lot of Elon's success started from the sale of PayPal. So I want you guys to just take a moment and process what's being said here, because this has proven to be difficult for a lot of people in cryptocurrency. Now, I don't know why this has been such a difficult thing, but it has been. And we're going to try to break it down so you all get you get the full scope of what this means. All right, taking a look at Bitcoin MYK to illustrate the point here. So, Bitcoin MYK, this is the cryptocurrency project I think that might more so be more based on a framework Twitter X wants to pursue. And that is basically like an everything app, right? Let's explain what that means, right? So your social media activities as such, all conducted with your financial services applications, right? So to kind of help you understand that, you look at something like WeChat in China, huge in China. You can take your WeChat social media applications and pretty much pay for anything around the cities you wish, right? And it's not separate from your financial services, right? So where this starts to get very amazing is when you start to then incorporate your social media activity into the ecosystem itself or the economy itself, right? Let me demonstrate what that could look like. Now, this isn't what Twitter X is aiming to do exactly at this point. I'm explaining why I don't think they figured this out yet. I think WeChat has. But here's a post, right? Um, Crypto related posts. And some of these posts, Bitcoin MYK is like an everything type app. So the posts are about any and everything. But initially, we do have a lot of people from the crypto community. So you're probably going to see some things more so related to that in the beginning. But I just hit the like button. I like this video, right? Now, normally that's where it stops in social media. It goes no further. But I'm going to demonstrate to you here what happens when you do that on Bitcoin MYK. And this can potentially happen on Twitter, X, right? In some fashion, right? Uh, it's going to work like a type of PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, which most people understand. But what happens when you start to incorporate cryptocurrency? And you can see I'm earning these tokens, right? Right. So when you go down here, it gets kind of specific, right? It says I've gained one Bitcoin MYK token for adding an activity to favorites, which I just did with the like button. And you start to see you're earning these tokens for doing various things incorporated into the system, right? And so that's all very interesting for visiting sites, logging in, making friends, visiting pages, etc., etc., right? So that's all very interesting. And that's what's happening. Now, this is similar to the social economy that's happening in China with WeChat, which is like their huge version of many of these social media interfaces. Now, I'm not saying Twitter will go 100% this method, but it's likely as they're kind of copying WeChat as such, that's probably likely to happen. So let's show you what happens here. Let's get a little bit more. Let's break it down and get a little bit more on the money with this. Okay, now you see I have which is basically an incorporated wallet into the application. I've earned 566 of the Bitcoin MYK tokens, which is the currency, right, of the platform. Much like many of these monetary systems where you can send currencies across the network, right? You can transfer to any recipient you want, whether that ends up being a merchant or whether it ends up being just a fellow user on the platform, right? So what's so significant about doing something like this is, as Twitter is explaining it, it becomes the everything app. Now, in cryptocurrency, that's kind of like our holy grail. Unfortunately, cryptocurrency keeps chasing these half-baked applications that nobody really knows what to use them for. But the reality of the situation, the more clear and present approach is that if everybody's on social media, if it's 2 billion people on a social media platform, right, and you're engaging with all these people and you have a network bridge to all these people, right, and you have a marketplace connection to these people, whether you're selling puppies on the network or whatnot, right, and then you have a wallet on the network, then it just makes sense that these become your payment gateways to this variety of people, right? Why would you need to be on a cryptocurrency platform with 1 million users, 50,000 users, 500,000 users when you can be on networks that have pretty much everybody there because they want to be there because it's kind of like an everything application where all these things are available to them instead of trying to reach 50,000 people with this crypto and 20,000 people on the next crypto. Now, to most, that makes logical sense, but not in cryptocurrency. For some reason, in cryptocurrency, for us to be conceivably using some of the most advanced technology in the world, some of the smartest people in the world, we just haven't been able to put two and two together. Now, the reason I'm saying Twitter X aims to be like Bitcoin MYK, right? Let's explain what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that I don't think Twitter X needs to be like Bitcoin MYK or WeChat. In a sense, I think they have the backing and the resources to develop an effective system in this approach. But what I'm saying is, whether it be WeChat or Bitcoin MYK, Bitcoin MYK now has over 5 years experience in this particular area. WeChat might be somewhere along the same lines or maybe more or so. But that gives these platforms a great deal more experience than what you're going to get on Twitter, right? It gives it a great deal more experience on development, as you got to see with Bitcoin and YK, how the the software and the algorithms and the AI can basically uh, uh, be able to uh, take the uh, processing and activities of a user and translate it into a currency, right? Uh, and it's able to do that through the development of years and years of putting this platform together in technology. Now, of course, Twitter coming out, yeah, they'll probably be able to slap something together that deals with that, gets that done. I don't doubt that. But part of the issue is that from the experience we've had with this, what we've began to see is that a lot of things can come up that we haven't counted for, right? And in doing so, basically you can end up uh, basically with unforeseen occurrences, things happening that you aren't ready to necessarily deal with. That it's only through years of development experience and being in those experiences that you will be able to deal with those. And I think that's where WeChat and Bitcoin MYK is going to be in a good situation after years and years of dealing with this, right? And having a clear cut plan about this, right? We know that with Elon Musk, he can sometimes uh, develop ideas and come up with things. And I will say that he has become a success in many of these areas of things he's went after and done them quite well. But the thing is, there's just only so much you can do experience wise in the beginning. There are going to be a lot of things he's going to be blindsided by, and there's going to be a lot of things he doesn't understand. I think about the psychology of people where they're using cryptocurrency or currencies on systems. And let me just break it down and be real clear before I get out of here, so it can kind of come full circle for you all. So the reason people are afraid of where there be a products like this, where there be some incorporation of what we're doing with crypto and citizens dividend or UBI, where there be something like WeChat in China, is because what people see when you create products like this is a global economic control system that can reach into political and social dynamics, meaning to the point where these systems can control every aspect of your life. Now it controls your social activities, your money, your data, etc. To an extent, the problem with private companies like WeChat and whether it be Twitter, the issue there is that because they're private companies, they have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders, right? They're developed and created in a very centralized platform, and so that's why they have to go out and get these currency payment licenses from this state, from this nation, etc. Right? Same thing with WeChat. WeChat, the dangers are it becomes like a social currency system where they're rewarding or penalizing you, and that is frowned upon specifically by people in the West. But if you have the right combination of a system that the people control, right, where it's not a board of directors, it's not shareholders controlling it, but it's the community that owns it, controls it, decentralizes it, decide what happens on that network, who stays, who goes. When you have something like that, using these technologies to create a democratic, decentralized system, what tends to happen then is you will end up having basically a more decentralized system, and a lot of that fear goes out the window. These are areas that I think companies like X, Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, WeChat would like to reach, but cannot reach these because it's areas like Bitcoin and YK because it's physically impossible. They are arranged to serve shareholders. They are arranged to serve their backers, right? Whereas Bitcoin and YK is designed, right, to be community owned, community driven, which means nobody really owns it. The decisions are made by a community. The what you want to look at is mining. the development and the algorithmic distribution is outside the decision of someone like Elon Musk, who could probably just decide he doesn't want you on Twitter, right? I'm sure he has the power to just he himself decide he doesn't want you on the platform. And that could never happen on Bitcoin MYK. Same thing with WeChat over in China. I'm sure they could decide, one guy could decide if he doesn't want you on WeChat, he could probably freeze your wallets and such and all that stuff. And I believe that that's the same thing with Twitter X, whereas that can't happen with Bitcoin MYK. Your wallets are on the blockchain, right? Which means it's on the blockchain control, decentralized control by the community, right? People can't just go in and shut your wallet down, right? And so these are all the holy grails, not only crypto is chasing, but what I think Twitter and what I think WeChat as such would be chasing. And they're not going to get there. But what they are going to manage to do is get billions of people on their network and make a lot of money for their shareholders, right? Not us, but their shareholders. But the good news is that I think that will bring more attention on projects like Bitcoin and MYK, and people will begin to choose them. It will have more benefits from to choose them over those products. So by the spotlight being on them, I think it shines on Bitcoin and MYK, and that's kind of how I look at it. But anyway, I would suggest you join Bitcoin and MYK. It's absolutely free. You earn the tokens free. There's none of your data is sold like these other products or used against you or anything like that. You can provide a dummy email. The email is only needed to give you information for your account as such to be able to, you know, do things with your passwords and such, right? And so that's the only reason for that. It's nothing that is controlled by the Bitcoin MYK network, right? So join us today, and you can get a very good handle on what's going on, and I think get all these benefits of being able to transfer your cryptocurrency throughout the globe, right? But that's all I want to say in this video. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Oh, and before I go, if you like content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That notifies you when our latest videos come out. It will do so by a bell-like icon at the top of your screen. You simply click that. It's going to show you all the latest YouTube videos that have come out that you're subscribed to as such. And then you're able to get the content that we hope you find valuable and profitable directly to you. Until next time, as always, take care.